Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to my Zoom world. Hey, I was reflecting on something in my life. I was about 35. Let's see. Things are serious when, your daily commute feels like you're a zombie moving in slow motion. That was me when I was 35. My dad died. I really had no idea I was headed for burnout, but that's in fact what hit me. My dad died. I was going through a divorce, and it was probably within about 6 months of each other. And then I was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. And then I spent some time trying to figure out what was going on. And I thought that my life was unraveling like a snagged sweater and everything falling apart. And then when I didn't think things could get any worse, I was fired from my 6-figure job. My name's Amirah Hall, and I really appreciate you joining me here today. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'm back here every day weekday. Yeah, I'm here weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I so appreciate you coming and joining me, commenting if you're someone that's experienced burnout. So this all came up for me because I was reflecting on all the people that I work with. And so many people don't realize when they've hit burnout. They just feel this perpetual exhaustion and they can't seem to dig themselves out. Everything seems to be falling apart. And that was me. That was me a lot of years ago. But, after I hit that rock bottom point and the doctors told me there was no cure for my life-threatening illness, I went on a campaign of healing myself. And that's where I truly learned and applied, some really cutting edge, what seems to be cutting edge today, but way back when I was detoxing and using organics and juicing and fasting, so many things. That took me on a journey also of exploring the ancient mystery schools. And what I was questioning, I guess, is what happens when we die. Being that my father had died, I felt like I was dying, and I was really pushed for knowing more about that. So that's when I embarked on my journey to Egypt on a spiritual pilgrimage. And that's where I had a near-death experience, that I left my body just outside the area that's called the Valley of the Kings. And that's the place where all the ancient pharaohs' tombs are buried. And so coming back into my body was not an easy task. It was really daunting as I found myself hurling through the cosmos to this very familiar blue ball way off in the distance. And it was actual sounds of Arabic voices that was serving like a beacon to me. And it just drew me back to my body. And the whole time I was feeling, as I was getting into the body, that was a real struggle. It felt like I was putting on wet clothes. And honestly, at the same time, I was feeling this incredible bliss and love. Thank goodness my Egyptian friend was with me, and he nurtured me till my energy was restored. But that whole experience was, as I was filled with bliss, as I was uncertain and wobbly, I couldn't really walk at that point, and really started seeing things, beings, otherworldly beings that weren't there. And that's when I felt like I stepped into the cantina scene in Star Wars. And so everything was, my reality at that point defied explanation or defied probability or reality. So that's when coming back to the United States was really another hurdle for me. That was when the biggest shock to my system, and learning how to rebuild my life again, because I was fired again from another 6-figure job. I couldn't function in the way I did before. And so it was a long journey of trying to figure out what happened to me. And so I sit here today telling you it's all about my energy, because in my near-death experience, I learned that everything is energy. I learned that it was all my emotions that were stuck. I literally had a review of a timeline where all my emotions were stuck along that timeline. And it showed me how that how I was creating my dis-ease, my destruction, and the dysfunction in my life. And that's when I really found a healer that gave me the answer that said, you've got stuck energy, Amirah, because on my quest to find out what happened to me, I was so different. Everything looked different. I was different. I couldn't function the way I did. I had to learn that. So I'm not suggesting anybody go through that, quite honestly, but as a result of that, for the past 25 years, I've been teaching people how to create something different in their life. If they're not happy with whatever's going on, if it's your health, if it's your wealth, if it's your career, your relationships, we have to learn how to shift and change our energy. And that's why I created this structure, a system that was dependable for anybody, that whether you're metaphysical or you're interested in the spiritual journey or not, but it's a systematic approach to clearing the energy centers that are the foundation of everything that we create. So I work through the chakra system, and I developed a way to keep you on track, to keep you accountable, holding your hand every step of the way. And to this day, I practice all those tools and techniques in my own life. And so I just want to celebrate something. I just got word that I passed my PhD dissertation. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm sharing this. Actually, I don't share a lot of things personally. I'm getting better at it. But here's the thing. That wasn't even a really big goal, because I started the classwork over 20 years ago. I know you laugh, like it's not like I did the classes, I did the training, I did a ministerial training, and I've been walking the path ever since. And I never felt, honestly, that I needed a PhD to validate who I am and what I do. And so that's the biggest reason why I didn't do it. Honestly, I was just looking at one of the classes I was re-editing, and, I had blocks on my own ability to receive. Oh, I'm going to get emotional here. My own ability to receive recognition or to validate myself for what I know and the path I've been on. And so I encourage you, it's when we learn to integrate and anchor that spiritual truth and knowing ourselves from the inside out, that's where the true power of manifesting whatever it is that you want happens. I recall talking to one of my students recently, and she's an attorney, and she says, well, Amirah, there's nothing I really want to manifest, right? So her concept of manifesting was, a bigger pay, bigger salary, or a better business. She's happy with her business. She's very successful. But so the thing of it is where else is she not able to receive validation or receive the type of clients she wants to work with, or receive, the flow within her office and good relations and harmony and confidence. So yeah, we're all here as manifestors. We're here to manifest what's in our heart. And I didn't know that PhD was sitting deep down inside me. And last year, after I moved, the whole energy was different for me. And I had some time, and it was literally like a voice from heaven that says, now's the time. And so I embarked on putting together the master's thesis, and then just did the PhD dissertation. So thank you for celebrating with me. Thank you for acknowledging that you too have some dreams that are buried deep within you that you haven't yet realized. And I'd love to help you do that. So you can get my book. It is on Amazon, but I'm going to warn you, it is not an easy read. It is a guidebook. It's a guidebook, basically breaks down my mentoring program. So I'm not holding anything back, but the trick is being able to process and work through the energy. I'd love to talk to you about that. If you're interested, go ahead, and in the description, I've posted the link. So, and I will also highlight the Manifest Anything You Want ebook, where you can get some information and reminders for yourself to be on the track to manifest something deeper within you that hasn't yet been explored. So I'll look forward to talking to you real soon. I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it, like it, comment. That really matters. YouTube will show it to more people. So I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, shine bright.